Happy New Year's, everyone! Today for me is obviously New Year's Eve, but you're going to see this tomorrow. We're going to go through and do the cold brew today. I wanted to try it first, so let's go through and do a little bit of an unboxing for this one. Obviously, we're going to have to go through and clean it for the first use and all that jazz, but let's go through and get it opened up here. So, this one here is actually made by Presto. It's actually called the Dorothy Rapid Cold Brewer, and the reason being is because obviously it creates a little bit of a tornado in the water. That's my guess, at least. Glorious styrofoam. It is packaged very well, I will say that, so that's nice. Box aside. Let's go through and finish unwrapping it here. Take the styrofoam out. It's really in that styrofoam. Very cool. It's got a good seal on it for a French press. There's the power cord for it, and that's actually glass. That's really nice. Obviously, it's all with the one piece there. I'm sure it comes apart, so I'm gonna go through and figure that out. I'm gonna get this cleaned up real quick. That actually is going to hold quite a bit of coffee there. That's awesome. Hopefully that fills up the 22-ounce cup that I use all the time. But I guess we'll see here in a moment. We'll be right back. Okay, so we got it clean, got some water put in there. We're going to go through and test it out. That's awesome. So you're supposed to go through until the tornado touches the tip down on the bottom of the actual magnet that's in there. That's actually how this works, is it's using a magnet to spin a little disc that has basically blades on it that actually sits there and spins it, obviously. That's so cool. So that's where it's supposed to be at. Now, I have already ground the coffee up, and it says in the instructions to use 2/3 of a cup of coffee grounds, which, just so everybody's aware, that's 4 cups of coffee. And then it says to slowly put it in here. That's awesome. I can see why they call it Dorothy. Now the only unfortunate part, which is still quicker than overnight obviously, which is what we're used to. We gotta sit here after we put this in here. We gotta let the machine do this for 20 minutes. And I'm not gonna keep you guys around for that, but there's that. Obviously can't see the tornado anymore, but you can see it up here. It's still going pretty good. So I'm going to stop this here and then we'll pick back up when it's done. Okay, so it's actually been 25 minutes now. Go through and turn that off. Obviously it comes to a stop there. Now from here we're gonna go through and put this plunge in just like we talked about, because it is like a French press. Put that in, put that down. And then you just slowly press it down. Now where the magnet is down in the bottom is actually a collection cup for the coffee grounds, which is kind of cool because in this way, when you push this all the way down, there is a little clip down at the very bottom. I'm just gonna let this sit for a second here because you don't want any air bubbles coming up. There's a collection cup down on the bottom that the end of the plunger here, there's basically like a metal clip. The metal clip clicks into the tornado portion, and then the whole collection cup is going to basically rise up, from what I understand. So that's kind of cool. But you don't pull that up until after you poured out the coffee, obviously. So we're going to let that sit for a second, so this way all the coffee grounds can kind of settle down into that collection cup. Because it's still doing air bubbles, which it shouldn't be doing as many as it is. Luckily the coffee grounds are bigger because I did grind them the consistency for a French press, because I already knew that this was going to happen. Because if I went any finer, this thing would not plunge, because the grounds would clog up the filter that's part of this plunger. There's basically a little disc down at the very bottom, which is right here now, that we're pushing down. It's got a fine mesh filter on it that basically the water, well at this point coffee, goes up through, but not the grounds themselves. Okay, almost there. Oop, now I'm getting resistance down at the bottom. I think I'm hitting that. Let's make sure that this is on right. Yep. Okay, there we go. So that obviously just clicked in. So now if I was to pull this whole thing up, it would pull the collection cup, which has the coffee grounds in it now. And then obviously this is all coffee at this point. So I'm gonna grab my cup and then we'll get that poured. Okay, so we got the cup obviously. You can see down at the bottom, it's got that seal down at the bottom that holds everything pretty well. Now we just pour it up. Is it gonna make it? Is it gonna make it? I don't know. We're gonna see. Ah. Woo! And it's got room for creamer. And now you can see the collection cup that's down in there. And then from here, now that we want to go through and clean it, we'll go through and basically pull up, and it's going to end up bringing everything up. There's rubber seals, so I am going to need 2 hands to actually do that, but all the coffee grounds, like I said, are down in the collection cup, which we will take the clip off of, and then dump the grounds out, and then we have to actually clean the whole thing, so this way there's no issues with it. But let's grab some creamer. What kind of creamer do I want today? You know what? I just gotta do Starbucks one. Let's do that one. So we are gonna do toffee nut latte. We're gonna get that opened and we'll get that poured in. So be right back. Okay, so we got that opened up. These containers are really weird because of that top that's on there. It does leak too. It's not a super tight seal, so I mean if you have any issues at all, like you have to get it to real press down, and then it's still not, you can hear, it's not sealed all the way. I'm not a super fan of these, but obviously that's only if you accidentally tip it over that you have to worry about it. The Coffee Mate ones though, and even the international ones, they have a lot tighter seal, so you don't have to worry about it as much. Ooh, you can tell that's thick. Ooh, that's real thick. Nice. Okay, I gotta get a spoon to stir that. Normally you don't have to. But okay, I'm gonna get that done, be right back. Okay, so we got the coffee all made up. I can say it is a lot thicker than the hot coffees that we've made in here. Even with the French press cold brew that you guys have seen in the past, this is smooth, but it definitely has a lot better flavor as well. I'm definitely going to strongly suggest this. If you guys, I keep saying strongly. It's been one of those mornings. Obviously, I haven't had my coffee yet, so I'm going to apologize for that. But anyways, I would suggest you getting one of these. This is actually very cool. It does, obviously, it takes a lot less time than it normally would be to making traditional cold brew, because a traditional cold brew you have to do overnight or something to that effect. This does have, what they suggest is to go through and do it for 15 minutes for like a light body coffee. However, that's not what I want. I want more flavor, I want more caffeine, you know.
They taste better that way. So I actually did 25 minutes today. Their increments in the instructions say 15, 20, and 30. The 30 is for like the extra super strength, but I wanted to try it in the middle. So we did 25 minutes. The unit itself definitely performed exactly as advertised. So again, I would suggest getting it. I almost said strongly again. And anyways, you guys have a wonderful, because, you know, welcome to 21, everybody. Well, for you, since you get to see this one, I've already uploaded this, but I have to deal with today first. Today we're going to go through, and we're actually going to go over to Marius and Caitlin's house. So I got a little bit of work I'm doing, well, helping them with, I should say, because I'm going to see if I can get them to do it, because I want them to learn some stuff. So don't tell anyone, it's a secret. I'm going to go over there. We're actually putting in a new kitchen faucet for them. The one that they had, just like I had here. I actually did have an older one when I first moved in, and then I went through and put in the chef's one that we have now, which is the one that's got the coil and the spray nozzle on it and everything else, which is basically the same setup as what I had before, but this one actually has the full hose to it, so it's definitely a lot better quality. The last one that I had actually had broken once, and I fixed it once, but didn't want to keep that. So went through and upgraded to this one. That's what I wanted, because obviously I have a chef's kitchen layout. I wanted a chef's kitchen, because I do like to cook. Don't get to do it very often, but I like to cook. So we're going to do that for them today, so this way they can enjoy their kitchen a little bit more as well. I know that Caitlin likes to cook, and I think Marius does here and there as well, but I think it depends on what you're making, but I'll have to talk to him about that. So we're going to do that today, and then other than that, I got nothing going on. This is the first New Year's, I think, ever that I haven't had something going on. Most likely it was, I mean, almost all of them were for fireworks stuff, because we obviously, you know, do the professional fireworks for everybody that's new to the channel. Obviously with COVID this year, the show that we did, I believe, got canceled, or it did get reassigned because my dad also had to have surgery on his shoulder, so it didn't end up getting assigned to us or happening at all. I'm assuming it probably didn't happen at all, just because of obviously the situation that's going on in the world right now. But so we got nothing going on there. My sister's coming into town tomorrow, which is obviously the first. She's technically coming in tonight, really, really late, like at 11:30, but she's staying at my dad's, so I won't see her till tomorrow. But we might do a video, might get her involved, don't know. She might be a little camera shy, I don't know. Might surprise her. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and we will talk later.